In today's video, I'll talk about the best Prebuilt gaming PCs under $800 that you can buy in February 2022. Now, I'll talk about 3 different gaming PCs for 3 different budgets, all of them being under $800, and I'll explain for what type of people these gaming PCs are, so make sure to stay to the end of the video because I will explain some important stuff. And if you have a budget above $800, don't worry, in the description of the video you will find these gaming PCs with more gaming PCs that I recommend buying for every type of budget. So if your budget is not on this video, don't worry about it, down below in the description you will have more options. Without more to say, let's start with the video. So with the first PC, and I wouldn't go any lower than this PC, we have an HP Pavilion gaming desktop. This one is $550. It's actually on sale right now. You end up saving $100 if you buy it now, and that's why I put it on this list, because for the type of components that you get, you're getting a really nice PC overall, especially for beginners. This is a 1080p of course gaming PC, 60 frames per second in most of the games. So if you're thinking of playing games like Valorant, CSGO, Fortnite, GTA 5, this gaming PC is going to average more than 60 FPS with the proper settings. Now in games like I said before, like CSGO and Valorant, this one will be able to average more than 144 frames per second, and this will allow you to upgrade your monitor to 144Hz gaming display, and that is something really nice for the price that you're paying. Now I would recommend you upgrading this PC, and the first thing that I would upgrade would be the GPU. I would change the RX 5500 to the GTX 1650 Super just for a $20 difference, and believe me that you're going to notice a huge difference while gaming. Now you will see on the screen my recommended upgrades for this PC. It's actually really easy to upgrade. You just click on customize and buy from the link in the description, and then you go and change the specifications for this PC. Of course, you don't have to make any upgrades. Make the upgrades that you can if it fits on your budget. So let's say you can upgrade the GPU and maybe the RAM, but then you don't have more money. Don't worry about it, just upgrade it in this order from most important to the less important for 1080p gaming. The base model comes with the AMD Ryzen 3 5300G. This has integrated graphics, but of course you won't be using that for gaming. You will be using the discrete graphics card for gaming, which is the RX 5500 with 4 gigs of VRAM. Then you get 8 gigabytes of RAM on dual channel. This means that it has 2 sticks of 4 gigs, and then you get 256 gigabytes of SSD. Overall, for 1080p gaming, 60 frames per second with the proper settings, is actually a really nice PC to start gaming. The next PC is actually from Newegg, and this one is the ABS Challenger desktop. It's $750 and it's on sale right now. You end up saving $150 and you get the AMD Ryzen 5 5600G with integrated graphics, 16 gigabytes of RAM on dual channel, again 2 sticks of 8 gigabytes, and then you get 500 gigabytes of SSD for the storage. Now this is an upgradable gaming PC. What does this mean? Basically, this is for you to put a graphics card in the future if you can't right now because maybe you're working with a tight budget. Now I wouldn't recommend going with a Prebuilt PC if you want an upgradable system. I would actually go with a PC build and try to build it by myself or have someone to build it for me, but I wouldn't recommend going with a Prebuilt PC for this price if you want an upgradable system. If you want a gaming PC that's for performance right now, then definitely I think a Prebuilt PC is actually your best option considering the GPU market. But if you're going for an upgradable PC, I have a video around the best budget PC build that you can get for this price, and you will get a better system overall. You will get a better airflow, a better CPU cooler, and you will get more upgradability down the line. So I wouldn't recommend buying this one even if you want an upgradable gaming PC. But again, if you don't want to build it by yourself, you don't have someone to build it for you, it's a nice option to have. And because you get the Ryzen 5 5600G, it's not going to be terrible for 1080p gaming. Again, you can play those competitive games that I've mentioned before, CSGO and Fortnite at 60 frames per second. But if you're searching for a gaming PC that will run GTA 5 in high settings 1080p, this one is definitely not the one for you unless you decide to put a graphics card into it. Now the last one is actually another one from HP, this one being the HP Victus 15L gaming desktop. Now this one has the RX 5500, but the interesting part here is that you get the i5 12400F, so you get the latest 12th gen of Intel for the CPU, and this is what I value the most for this gaming desktop at $770 because you actually have to upgrade the power supply to the 500 watts option. Like I said before, click on customize and buy to change things. Now I recommend you upgrading the GPU as well to the 1660 Super is going to be above your budget. It will be actually $870, but believe me that the difference between the RX 5500 and the GTX 1660 Super is huge. If you want gaming performance right now, I would highly recommend you saving money until you reach those $870, and believe me that you will have a way better gaming experience, because with the GTX 1660 Super and the i5 12th gen, you will be able to run any game that you throw at it at 1080p 60 frames per second on average. Of course, for those competitive games, more than 240 at 1080p. So if you want an esports gaming monitor, this PC will actually allow it if you upgrade the GPU to the 1660 Super. If you don't upgrade it to the 1660 Super, it's not that you will have a terrible experience. It will be a nice experience for 1080p gaming, but once again, for these new modern games, you will require more than 4 gigs of VRAM, and the 1660 Super has 6 GB of VRAM, and that will make a huge difference for today's games, especially in high GPU demanding games like Apex Legends and games like that. So let's say you want to play games like Red Dead Redemption 2, I think the 1660 Super will be the best option, of course, and I wouldn't recommend going with the RX 5500 version. If you want to upgrade this PC, I would recommend you buying maybe the HP Pavilion gaming desktop that I have. I have a whole video and a whole review about it. You can go ahead and watch it in the top right of the screen. This one has the 1650 Super. It's not the 1660 Super, but it's still a better option than the RX 5500. It's just $800, so fits your budget, and you get the i5 11400 instead of the i5 12400F. Now I recommend this PC because you get the 12th gen of Intel. It's way better than the 11th gen, but again, if you can't upgrade it to $870, I would either stay with the 5500 version of this PC, but I actually would go with the HP Pavilion that has the GTX 1650 Super and the i5 11400, because at the end it will be a better experience for 1080p gaming. Now that was my whole video. I know it was short, but at this price point you actually don't have a lot of gaming PCs that are worth the buy. I think these 3 are worth the buy for different situations. Now, don't buy those Amazon GTX 650 gaming PCs. If you're going to buy a gaming PC below $800, don't buy from Amazon, because they have mostly gaming PCs with the GT 1030, a GTX 750. So do not buy from Amazon if you're going to buy on that budget. I actually recommend these 3 gaming desktops, but if you're not going to buy any of these 3, let me know in the comment section which one you're thinking of buying, because maybe you're buying a gaming PC that is not worth the money, so stay out of that. But if you're going to buy one of those PCs and you're not sure about the specifications, let me know in the comment section and I will help you out. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe, but most importantly hit the bell button so you get notified when I upload more of this content. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.